If you're watching this video, chances are either you or your doctor have talked about tapering. Tapering is a process of gradually reducing your opioid medication. This doesn't necessarily mean that your dose will go down to zero, since you may still need some medication. You may be considering tapering because of side effects, less than optimal pain control, or something else. For patients who have been on opioids for a long time, tapering can be scary. In this video, you will hear from real patients who successfully tapered opioids. Our hope is that hearing these stories will help you think about tapering and possibly bring up things you might want to discuss with your doctor.
I have a new primary now, and she and I are both new to each other, so we're just kind of starting all over, I feel. And it's not that she's not supportive, but she's the first one that's broached the subject of possibly tapering off to the point where you're not going to be able to take them at all. It feels very helpless. I feel helpless in the thought that if that time were to come, well, what will I do?
The whole idea behind tapering off is that eventually a lower dose should be able to manage the pain. And so I am going with that thought, that belief. My doctor has, explained this to me, that that's the goal. And she's also told me that she's not going to leave me, with nothing. She's not going to do that to me. That's not an issue that's going to come up. And it may be that I'm never totally off medication, but I think common sense tells me I don't need 400 milligrams a day of morphine.
My fear with talking with my doctor would be like, okay, he might just be a little more strict and say, I need to just, pull you off and not even think of my personal concern that I experience with, chronic pain, and just feeling like, okay, I think time is just enough. So, but it didn't turn out like that. My doctor was really there for me to work with me and to make sure that if it was something I still needed, that he would help me try to provide it if he thought it was really good for me. So,
Why should I consider tapering? High-dose opioids are rarely a permanent solution to chronic pain. New research has found that high doses of opioid medications are not as effective or safe as doctors once thought they were.
I wasn't minding taking the medication while I was working. I thought it was kind of helping me and keeping my pain down. So one night when I did get off work around 4 or 5 o'clock, and I felt good, body felt alive, woke, just getting off work, get in the car, driving off the parking lot, I feel fine, get to the freeway ramp, and like instantly after my light changed green to go, my eyes just kind of got tired and heavy, and my vision just went out for a minute. But I was driving onto the freeway ramp, approaching onto the freeway, scared, yes, tremendously. And that really woke me up.
I fell asleep standing up holding a baby, and that was it. I guess that was the straws back for my family. I didn't really think that was a big deal at that point. And then my family just said I wasn't going to be around their kids anymore by myself because I couldn't be trusted.
We go to the store, go to the pumpkin patch with my grandson. And I forgot to take my pills with me, and we were there all day long. And so once the pills wore off and it was time for the next dose, I didn't have it. I started going through withdrawals, had to leave from where we were at. And I felt like an imposition on the people that I was there with. I felt really bad towards my grandson. He was having a great time. We were there for him. And to disappoint him. He wanted to stay late and go through a haunted house, and I wasn't able to do that, and I felt really bad.
I've gone through withdrawal symptoms, probably 4 major times where I actually had to go maybe 3 or 4 days without any medication at all. And candidly, it was because of, self-medicating and taking too much. And just the surprise of getting that sick so rapidly, where just within hours. That's a constant concern, but it's a place I put myself in. I mean, I know how many pills I have for a month. If I don't take more than what I have on a daily basis, I won't run out, and I won't have to go through withdrawal. So it's about, kind of a self-abuse. I'm abusing medication, and I'm abusing myself.
Your care team may ask you to taper because a lower dose of opioids may still provide enough pain relief. Because tapering may be a way to avoid or decrease negative side effects of opioids, or because opioids aren't working to reduce pain intensity. You may be on a high dose of medication, but still experience severe pain. How would I manage my pain with fewer opioids?
When I was in high school, I never forget, my father told me that one time when he was younger, he had a toothache, and he was in the movie theater watching a movie, and he said it was really hurting him bad. He couldn't go anywhere, so he decided he just really concentrated on the movie, of every aspect, the scenery, the vocabulary. And he said by the time the movie was over, he had forgotten about his tooth. And I had always heard, and was always of the belief, that mind over matter is very true. The mind, to me, is the most powerful thing we have. So by experiencing meditation, that trains the mind on how to focus on one particular subject.
Dealing with pain is a lot of the mind game, and it's a mind struggle. And sometimes you'll talk to yourself. I do a lot, all the time. But it's humoring, and it humors me. It eases the thoughts, the pressure that I'm going through, and for some reason I get by. Being in constant pain, you got to have something that lifts your spirits. And you gotta, I feel happiness, being happy, and being a happy person, that helps a lot. So I like being funny with the family and friends and stuff like that. My kids and stuff, the kids, grandkids, because it's a joy. And when I'm laughing and having fun with my kids, yeah, sometimes I get these sharp, sudden pains and stuff, but they don't feel so bad because I'm laughing and I'm enjoying with my kids, and, that's what I ask for,
Starting physical therapy was excruciating. I didn't think I was going to make it, and I thought they were trying to kill me. I thought they were going to break me in half. But I started to find out that actually working through that and facing that pain, it would get better, because I was starting to loosen up, and I was starting to, the pain would reach a level, and then it would level off. It wouldn't get worse like my mind thought it would be, but I trusted that those people knew what they were talking about, and physical exercise, there's going to be some uncomfortableness to it. There's going to be a degree of pain. But it's not the pain that your mind paints it to be, like you're going to die or you want to die. It actually, working and moving around and getting some exercise helps. It gets your endorphins going. It creates a positive mindset for you, because you're actually doing something to help yourself instead of doing something to, just sit around and just be in pain.
I try to look for things that are less demanding on me physically, but I can still do and enjoy. Getting up, doing something, being active and positive definitely changes the way the pain reacts. It's still there, but it's not the center of your day. It's not the center of your world. It's just part of it.
There are options for managing pain while taking fewer opioids. Physical therapy, meditation, and acupuncture are just a few of the many alternatives available. You and your care team will work on a plan that's right for you. What are some of the benefits of tapering?
The trade-offs of tapering off of opioid medication, I mean, my body feels better. I don't get nausea as much, from taking less of my opiate medication. I don't get as nausea as much by cutting back. My mind feels a little more clear and light. So that is a good trade-off of not on coming down and cutting back off of them.
There are so many more pluses in your life than negatives. There are so many more options out there to help you now than there were before. If I would have only known how good it could be, I would have done it a long time before, if I'd have only known.
Less medication can make it easier to tackle day-to-day tasks and spend time doing what you want to do. You may be more alert and able to concentrate for longer periods of time, making it easier to drive. You may feel more stable in your moods throughout the day, where you are able to remember more and make decisions more easily. People who have tapered their opioid medications can feel like they have more control over their life again. People with chronic pain have good days and bad days. This is true for tapering as well. So before you begin the tapering process, talk with your doctor to find out what to do next. Tapering might seem difficult, but the results can be life-changing.
I've been here and I've been present. I've been able to be present in my life and present in everybody else's lives also. Without, I was a real flake. So now I can say, you know what? I was there for Trevor's graduation, or, I'm able to see what I didn't see before. The sun seems to be brighter